Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the collaborative talk show with the Circle of Legends. We at the Circle of Legends are here to provide collaboration. With the help of technology, we want betterment of humanity. Today, we have with us Miss Rashi Khanna, who is an entrepreneur and founder and CEO of Rashi Foundation. She is a coach, a life coach, a leader, and a trainer. She is also expertise in sales, in marketing, and in strategy making. Ma'am, we welcome you.
Thank you so much.
So, ma'am, we are very eager to know more about your experience of working and more about the Rashi Foundation. So, please tell us more about it.
Sure. So, Monis, thank you so much. And I personally want to thank Darshanji for this opportunity to share my views with the community. And I'm really glad that I'm here. To start with, about me, I'm the founder of Rabbi Rashi Foundation. We believe in changing lives. We believe in working for women, especially midlife women crisis, which women who are 40 plus probably. So we help them build up businesses. Then we work with many small businesses, SMEs, MSMEs. I personally am an entrepreneur also. So apart from our foundation, so we are into exports of chicken curry goods. So
Okay.
for last I think 20 years, I have been into business and plus corporate jobs as well. So it has been an amazing journey, and I think I'm really happy to share my story today with you all. Thank you.
Yeah. So, ma'am, as we all know that today we are going to talk about sales and how basically sales helps a entrepreneur or startup to grow. So, yeah, we would just like to know thoughts about how this thing, the sales system works, and how is this helping out the new entrepreneurs and startup.
Okay, that's great. So, Manish, what I want to put across to many who are watching us today is what is a startup and what is sales.
Yeah.
Startup is what? It is a concept, right? You
Hmm.
have an idea and you want to develop it and put it across to the masses. What is sales? Selling that concept. ठीक है हमारे
Yeah.
हिंदी में बोलते हैं अपने आइडिया को क्या आप बेच पाओगे
Okay.
हमारे इंडिया में बोलते हैं तो अगर आपके पास एक स्टार्टअप का आइडिया है सो
Hmm.
putting it across to get it funding is one
Hmm.
aspect.
Hmm.
Second aspect, will you be able to sell it to the masses?
Okay.
So to understand this, today we will do a case study on a boy
Okay.
called Akshay.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
now Akshay is a 25, 26-year-old boy who's done his fashion designing and he belongs to a business background family and he's very clear that he has to get into entrepreneurship and he has to do business and so he finished his education. He went to Milan for his
Okay.
fashion designing course and
Hmm.
he came back and then so once he was back his parents told him that, okay, now you get into some job first before you start your own business.
Hmm.
So the feel good factor that I am a well qualified designer, it's a good hype. Okay,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it gives you a good kick, right?
Yeah.
Now
Yes.
what happens is what happens. So he's very clear that he doesn't want to do the job. Now there
Hmm.
could be many reasons. Now if we talk about the youngsters today, personally I feel each youngster who is in the college to learn the concept of sales,
Hmm.
to learn the concept of selling your idea to the masses. It
Hmm.
could be anything. It could be a water bottle or it could
Hmm.
be a code. It could be any technology driven, anything. It could be anything. So if you want to sell it to the masses, you have to be with the masses.
Hmm.
You can't sell something to the masses if you don't know the behavior of the masses. To
Yeah.
learn the behavior of the masses, you
Hmm.
have to be like the masses. You
Yeah.
understand what I
Yes.
say?
Yes,
Right.
ma'am.
what
Yeah.
happened then he's all pepped up and he's all prepared, and then Akshay, he shares his concept with his parents, as usually all the youngsters do. And his parents are so proud of him that wow, our child is like, he's the same Akshay who would not study in the schools, and
Okay.
now he's the
Yeah.
designer. So what happens now? Phase one.
Hmm.
Phase one is that he makes a plan.
Hmm.
Okay, that this
Yeah.
is where I will have my designer studio, and this is where I will have my unit, and
Hmm.
his dad is ready to fund him, so everything is just beautiful for him, and he's just starting with it. And he goes to Shapur Jat, that's one of the biggest designer hubs in Delhi.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all the designers are there, at Shapur Jat, South Delhi, and he goes over there, and he finds a nice big place, and he checks out the rents. The rents are pretty high, like 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs for a small unit. And then
Hmm.
he finally, he shortlisted, and he calls his dad, and everything is set. And then, parents, what's happening at the back scene? जो फैमिली वाले हैं वो सबको फोन करके बता रहे हैं, wow, our son is starting a new studio, he's become a businessman and he's getting into
Yeah.
entrepreneurship. So all that is a good
Hmm.
scene. And finally, the day comes that
Hmm.
he gets the entire thing set up, the studio and everything, and he's just with it. And then there's a big party he's
Hmm.
thrown. He's called the top designer of Delhi, and there's an
Okay. Wow.
inauguration ceremony, and everything is just beautiful. And the designer's praising him, and he gets himself featured in the newspaper that he's opened the showroom. Okay,
Yeah.
wow. Now, after 2 days, once he's done with the setting up and everything, and he's got his entire studio full of designer clothes, he has
Hmm.
to sell that to run his
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
So, what we understand in phase one, if you
Hmm.
have an idea and you
Hmm.
know how to develop that idea, तो
Yeah.
आप मुझे ये बताओ कि क्या आपको सिर्फ कॉन्सेप्ट से प्यार है
Hmm.
कि क्या आपको पता है कि ये कॉन्सेप्ट मुझे कैसे बेचना है?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yes,
There's
can
a
you?
disturbance, I guess. Yeah, ma'am, you can continue. I'll just sort it out.
Okay,
Sorry.
okay, okay. Okay. So now I want each child, each viewer who's sitting here, that are you in love with the concept or you actually know how to sell? If you're in love with the concept, that means you are a good manager. You're not a good salesperson. A good salesperson is someone who can sell what he's thinking, who can sell his mind, and who exactly knows what the customer wants. So what happens? He starts with this, and it's a month now, and he's hired people, and he's got a big studio, and he's going on making nice design, and it's beautiful.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
then finally, what happens after a month? He realizes that he's pumped in a lot of money that he got,
Hmm.
but nothing has been sold now.
Yeah.
So he plays with his own mind, and
Hmm.
he tells his dad that he wants to hire a salesman for him
Okay.
because
Okay.
somehow down he knew that he
Hmm.
cannot sell.
Hmm.
Okay. So what
Hmm.
happens? He gets this 25,000 paid, of this guy who's been paid only 25,000, and he hires him in his showroom, in his studio as a salesman. So
Hmm.
I want to personally understand that somebody who's right out of the college and getting 25,000 rupees and maybe his second or a third job as a salesman, do you think
Hmm.
he will be able to sell something which is worth 2 lakh rupees? Personally, I feel no, because
Hmm.
he has to understand the concept of the designer wear,
Yeah.
right? So what happens that he hires and then he gets disappointed because the sales guy could not sell anything
Hmm.
because the sales guy was not in sync with Akshay's sales mind.
Okay.
Akshay was
Yeah.
on a different trip and the sales
Hmm.
guy was on a different trip. The two
Okay.
people fighting
Confusion.
on the same ground.
Hmm. Okay.
So
Yeah.
another month goes by, nothing is
Hmm.
sold. What to
Hmm.
do? So
Yeah.
finally he comes home and he's very disturbed, and so parents Parents are like worried, why is he so disturbed? He's pumping around almost around a 50 lakh rupees and the investment and everything, you know. So what happens that uh, he decides to get married to an NRI. Okay.
Okay.
So he
Okay.
tells his father that I think, you know, it's time that he should get married to this lady who's a Canadian and, you know, probably she would be able to help him in his sports. So
Hmm.
are you seeing his jumps?
Hmm.
First jump, he didn't want to do the job.
Yeah.
Second jump, he was in love with the concept, but he didn't know
Hmm.
how to sell.
How
So
to sell it? Yeah.
yeah. Then
Yeah.
he jumped to the salesman.
Hmm.
He failed. Then now he jumped to this woman where he thought that he could do exports. So finally his
Okay.
parents are happy and there is a grand wedding and you know, so he finally finds his father-in-law investing in his business. And he gets that big amount and again he starts with the you know the same system of getting pieces made and he starts exporting these kurtis to
Yeah.
Canada. You know, so
Hmm.
I mean, and again the family is very happy that he started with
Yeah.
exports. But did he actually sell?
No. Yeah, he
Why?
was not. I guess he was not able to establish his business in his own country only. So how could it happen somewhere else?
Okay. So I have a different view on this one is because I feel that
Okay.
see, he actually didn't understand the deeper understanding of the customer need. What I understand, what the clients
Hmm.
need. Anybody. I feel you know any
Analyst.
XYZ
Okay.
this lady also will not go and buy just an ordinary, you know, 50,000 rupees suit just like that. You need an occasion to buy such expensive clothes.
Yeah.
You know, so what he understand that he could not buy his own concept of his own designer wear because he could not buy it, so he could not sell it also. See, what is sales? Sales, simple language, is selling an idea, understanding the customer's emotions and needs. That is what sales is. See, today I'm running this foundation. If I don't buy it myself, I will not be able to sell the concept of the foundation to anyone. This is what I understand. I think I lost Monis.
I guess there is some issue. So this is not my side. Okay, ma'am, is it okay now? Connection and
Yeah,
me.
cool.
Okay. Yeah. I'm really sorry for the disturbance. Yeah. So you can
No.
continue.
So finally,
Yeah.
uh, the wife also comes in, and you know he starts with the sports, and finally, what happens? He could not sell, and he had to close his showroom at
Okay.
Shakuja. And finally, he made his own studio at home. This is what usually happens with a lot of people who put in a lot of money in the concept, but they can't sell it. You know, so the
Hmm.
first rule of sales, if people are watching us, I think they should write this down. First rule of
Yeah.
sales is
I'll just do that.
buying, yeah, buying your own concept. Are you willing to buy your own concept, what you're ready to sell out? If you are not comfortable
Okay.
buying that, you will not be able to sell.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Second rule,
Yeah.
you have to understand the emotion
Hmm.
of the customer, the need of the customer. If you cannot
Hmm.
understand that, you will not be able to sell.
Yeah.
Third, third, you have to understand whether you are in love with the concept of becoming a businessman or you actually can sell your own business.
Hmm.
Nobody will sell your concept. You have to sell your concept. If you are expecting that
Hmm.
a salesman worth 25,000 to 40,000 or maybe a lakh rupee will sell your concept, then you're highly mistaken.
Hmm.
A entrepreneur has
Hmm.
to sell his own concept to the masses.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah.
if you don't know how to do that, the best is to
Hmm.
work with the masses for some years and then understand. If you will
Yeah.
not, so I always suggest everyone, even from business class families, Let's see, even if you've done high qualification, you highly educated in the US or in Australia or Dubai or anywhere or India, you should work with the masses, you should do a job for some years. If you
Yeah.
will not do that, you will not be able to understand the emotions of the masses, which is very important.
Yeah.
So this is what
Okay.
I have for sales.
Very, very great story, ma'am. And I guess it's very much clear to all the people who are here interested in listening to us. So now there are many myths regarding this entrepreneurship kind of thing, like that the entrepreneurs who just go into business, they are not able to devote time to their personal life. Also, they are not able to the only motivation for them is money, and they just take up a lot of risk. So, how will you debunk these myths?
See, first thing I would like to share with you, Monis, is that any businessman, any entrepreneur, any woman entrepreneur, if they are becoming a businessman or an entrepreneur just to earn money, they will never be able to. So make it very clear in
Okay.
your mind that it is not
Yeah.
about the money. So
Mhm.
again, see, we are again talking. हम फिर से वही बात कर रहे हैं कि क्या आपको कॉन्सेप्ट से प्यार है
Concept
कि
से
आप
प्यार
उस
है. Yeah.
कॉन्सेप्ट कि क्या आप उस कॉन्सेप्ट को बेच सकते हो.
Yeah.
ठीक है. तो जिन
Yeah.
लोगों को सिर्फ पैसे से प्यार होता है उनका फोकस कॉन्सेप्ट को बेचने में कभी नहीं होता है.
Wow. What
वो
a great
सिर्फ
tip.
ये फोकस करते हैं, वो सिर्फ
Uh,
यही फोकस करते हैं कि आई विल गेट दिस काइंड ऑफ मनी. यू नो यू आर लुकिंग एट द end of the road. You don't know that there's a long journey. So if you
mhm.
decide to become an entrepreneur, if you decide to become a businessman, you have to understand the emotions of the journey. If you cannot understand that, you will be a failed entrepreneur. You will just keep on pumping money. You know, India में हमारे यहाँ बोला जाता है कि धंधा कैसे करते हो. You know, that's a very basic language कि आप धंधे में कैसे हो. You know, all the
Yeah.
small businesses, they want to
Hmm.
sell their stuff. You take a small vendor, आप किसी पान की दुकान को ले लो.
Mhm.
ठीक है, आप देखते होंगे बहुत सी पान की दुकानें होती हैं जो बहुत ब्यूटीफुली
Yeah.
बनी होती हैं. ठीक है, पर
Yeah.
उनका पान बिल्कुल बेकार होता है. ठीक है, और कोई छोटी सी दुकान होगी लेकिन उसका पान बहुत स्वाद होगा. You go towards UP, I think this is
Yeah.
a very common example. You know,
Mhm.
why is it
Yeah.
so? Why is it so? Because the focus of the panwala or the businessman or the small business guy is to give the best service to the masses. His
Okay.
focus is not कि मेरा कोई पान खा लेगा और मुझे 10 रुपए मिल जाएंगे. ये उसका
G.
focus नहीं है.
Mhm.
You understand?
Focus is
So
on selling the concept.
exactly, because they
Yeah.
are selling the concept that the pan has to be tasty.
Mhm. Okay.
They are not selling the shop. They are not selling the beautification of the shop. So all those entrepreneurs
Mhm.
who focus on these things, that I want a big office, I want a big building,
Yeah.
you know, you can just
Yeah.
start working from your home, and since the new normal is there, everybody is working from the home, from their own.
Yeah.
See, I also have my office now at home.
Mhm.
So if I say that I need an office and I will wait and I will decorate it, then you are just in love with the concept.
Hmm.
You don't know how to
Okay.
sell your business. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, can we take some questions of our audience? They have some questions. So, if you allow me, can
Yeah,
we?
please. Yeah, please.
Yeah. So, okay, one of our friend Priya Hazare has a question for us, which says, any tips on digital marketing for sales?
So again, I would like to, hi Priya, thanks for your question. I would like to tell Priya, see, digital marketing is an excellent tool for your sales, okay? But again, what kind of business? That depends. It depends a lot on that. You know, digital marketing करना तो बहुत अच्छा है. It's again the hype, but I always see personally today, see, I am running this foundation. We are also doing digital selling. We are also on all handles. We are also selling it. But then again, you can use your CRMs. You can take the leads from the. That's good. But again, you have to check whether you're in love with the concept or you can actually sell without it. If you can sell without using any kind of tool, then you definitely should use. But if you cannot sell only without your own concept and you cannot sell also without your own knowledge, then no
Mhm.
sense in taking any kind of marketing tool. जब आप खुद ही नहीं बेच पा रहे हो तो टूल कैसे बेचेगा आपको.
Okay.
This is what I
So
understand.
okay. So I hope Priya ma'am, you have just cleared out your doubt what you had. Now this brings us to the end of our session, and at last, what we get to know from all that we have learned is that the first rule is we have to plan our whole concept. The second thing, we have to understand the emotion of our customer so that we can connect to them. And the third thing is how well, we don't have to focus on earning money, we have to focus on how well can we sell our concept. So these are the three takeaways which we get from today's show. Also guys, for getting new updates and for learning new things, please stay connected to the Circle of Legends, because we believe in learning by sharing. Thank you.
Thank you.